You walk in.
Excuse me, bartender. Is this mutton grass-fed? I'll wait while you check. Oh, hello there, Podquesters. Welcome back to another episode of Intelligence Check. Last time, after arriving in their room, introductions were made, and the heroes met Natasha, a.k.a. Babushka, apparently from Russia, which somehow exists in this universe, and Kaylee, a young red-headed firebrand who I'm sure will prove of great use to the party. After a brief rest, our heroes were assigned their first trial, to drive an evil army controlled by the Wizard King from the land. We successfully engaged in combat despite a series of despairingly poor dice rolls. Well, all except for Tor, who I'm sure was inspired by me. Before heading back, a mysterious scroll was delivered to Wrathborn. What could be on it? Do we even care? Let's find out as we roll an intelligence check.
Yeah, take that, ogre.
All right.
That's the sound of the ogre falling.
So you all actually witness a giant hawk fly down. Ben, or I should say Wrathborn, takes a scroll from the hawk, which then bites him on the nose and flies away.
Hedwig's a jerk.
Unnecessary. Adding insult to injury.
I don't know your backstory to this hawk. I might feel that it was deserved.
So,
I will read the scroll.
Okay.
You'll see Wrathborn reads the scroll, kind of looks it over, and rolls it back up and tucks it into one of his pockets.
all right. So the councilmen who were with the caravan, who led everybody there, kind of starts waving everybody in, and they're smiling and nodding.
We killed an ogre.
Apparently.
I figure I'm just deraging, so I didn't quite notice or pay
my
attention.
wisdom and just check over the body so I can figure out what happened to it.
Certainly. Please roll.
Whatever's left of it.
Yeah, anything with
Please roll
value.
perception. Or insight, whatever you have better. I don't care.
2.
All right.
It's the body.
From now on, if you roll less than 10, just read it up. You have no idea. You're just like, this is clearly human now, clearly was not before.
Can I check for signs of life?
And
if in human form, if there's any.
Please roll, because either you're going to waste your high roll or you're going to have pathetically low and it'll be funny.
20?
Yeah.
Okay. Nat 20.
That's wasting the high roll.
Yeah,
You check for signs of life, and you know the exact second this passed away, which was when its head exploded.
Well, I didn't know if when it deflated, it just turned back into a person, but okay.
No.
Fair enough.
It's very dead.
Yeah.
Good use of that one.
Yeah, thank you.
So we killed an ogre and we're done?
Michael, I'm giving you a heroic moment for your epic battle against that ogre. You did some massive damage there in a cool way both times. So for our listeners, heroic movement is a home rule that we have where essentially he can turn that in at any time to sort of decide what the dice is going to do. It should be used for phenomenal moments, that scene out of a novel or a movie where the guy just pulls off some amazing move. It's a reward for the players for doing cool and unique things. Also, when I just feel like it.
I stabbed a guy.
I saw that. You stabbed him okay.
Yeah.
I almost died.
And then I went flying.
So...
We're all healed up now?
No, you're just finished about it.
I thought I just instantly came back.
All of your wounds magically healed.
Yes.
I've got blood running down my nose now.
Yeah.
Jerk off.
No, the councilman kind of waves everybody back to the caravan as all the ogres are dead or obviously on their last breath there. Assuming everybody approaches.
Yes.
Sure.
All right. He kind of gives polite nods and says, everybody did very well. Some of them, and he looks at Mike, did much better, and then he looks at Caitlin, then others. I'm sorry, Caitlin. And Caitlin kind of gives a little scowl.
Yeah, I appreciate that she was trying to defend us. I kind of stick up for her a little bit.
Oh, good. Anything in particular you want to say?
Used to say she was, I don't know how I'd say it. She did more than you think.
And he kind of gives a snobbish, like, okay, nod.
What a jerk.
He is.
It's kind of like, did you find your arrow, by the way? Or...
Quiet you. He says, everybody did fantastically well in the first competition, and he makes little air quotes as he says fantastically.
Wow, did you hear that, guys? The guy's becoming more and more of an idiot as this passes.
Clearly, we still have a lot of work to do in this region, and I'm sure that's where the competition will take you, but for now, let's head back to town and see what arrangements we can make. So the caravan starts to pack up and it's going to head back to town unless there's anything else you guys want to do here before you roll out.
I pull out my little memo pad with my names and I change my ranking for myself a little bit and the rest of my team members a little bit. Not saying what's going which direction.
All right, I like it.
Put it back away.
I also noticed you looked at Ben when he said, "No, I don't know which direction."
I shot him once.
I want to, I guess, ask as we're going back, anyone who may have looted any of the bodies, if they found any clue as to the whereabouts of the Wizard King.
Yeah, there was...
I point to our bard and say, he was looting during the battle.
Can't prove anything.
Sing me a song.
Nobody found anything of any use on the ogres. And again, I should stress, it's ogre-like creatures. They clearly were not actually ogres. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yes.
They were ogres.
He's a bard. So the caravan starts to head back then?
Okay.
Sure. Okay. All right, so it heads back to town, and you guys kind of have free reign for the afternoon. By the time you get back, I shouldn't even say afternoon, it's early evening. And they say that the announcements for the rest of the next part of the competition will be made tomorrow morning. So you guys have the evening to yourselves. If there's something you want to do in the city shop, do anything otherwise.
This is the weirdest Hunger Games. I go clean my hammer off. It's full of brains.
All right.
Where's Babushka going?
Babushka just goes back to the room. She's an old
Okay, I want to go back to the room with Babushka and speak with her.
Yeah.
We all go back. There's a little sock on the door.
Damn it. I called dibs.
That's my only sock.
You go back
You
to
don't
the...
have any on your feet.
I only use them for sex.
Babushka walks back with
Sex
you.
works.
Babushka walks back with you and thanks you for accompanying an old lady on her walk. She says, "I notice you have much rage within you. This is something we must be working on, yes?"
I would like to talk to you about the magic you perform.
Not magic. Only magic is within.
Tell me more. Whether on or off screen.
Well, she, as you walk back, she explains that she is actually a monk, and she starts explaining the way of her order of fighting unarmed and just using the power of your own inner energy rather than actual magics that most people use. She really enjoys it, the lifestyle and everything, and really likes that most people don't expect her to be able to do what she can do.
It was very impressive.
Well, thank you very much.
Yes.
Most impressive.
Anybody else?
I will venture over to the library to do some research.
All right. You wander over to the library to do some research, and as you walk in, you're greeted by the librarian named Marion. And thank you.
Bard.
Small reference for very few people. You walk in, and a very, very lovely brunette lady walks over to you and goes, "How can I help you?"
Oh my! I'm perfectly content to just poke around. Thank you.
All right, try to keep it quiet.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
I just instantly show up. Well, hello.
Right, anything in particular you're looking for?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm keeping that to myself for now.
Okay, all right. Then we can talk off screen.
Sure.
Or I guess off radio?
Off mic?
Radio?
Yeah.
Off mic, there you go.
I'll say in general, I want to get a better idea of this area. Maybe see if there's any good historical landmarks or anything like that might be in the immediate area that could be worth investigating for possible treasures.
Roll a dice.
Okay. Any dice?
Yeah, any dice.
Okay. Wow. Nope, I don't. That's another one.
That's a one.
I think that's my third one today.
You kind of open the book and you nod as you are glancing at it, and after a while she comes over and turns it right side up for you.
Saw that.
Yeah.
Just kind of pats your horn.
Yeah. I might be spending a lot of nights in the library.
Does she hand you a book with rounded edges to it? A lot of pictures.
Cardboard.
This is Cat in the Hat. I think it's more your speed.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Or what's everybody else?
Tavern time.
Tavern again.
Yeah, man.
Follow, dude.
I mean, I assume I'll just re-up. You know, I'm resting obviously later, but I'm good.
Yeah,
Maybe I'll just, anybody gambling there? I'll take a...
well, actually, it's a good time it's a good moment to just explore the tavern for a moment. So you walk into the tavern. There's a bar wench going around serving everybody. There's a very burly guy behind the counter. There's a huge, I shouldn't say it's huge, but we'll say dozen-ish people, very well armed and sitting around a large table together. You know they're not guards because they're not dressed that way, and you didn't see them in the competition either, so you're not quite sure who they are or why they're there. They all seem to be pretty rough and tough people, with the exception of one woman who still doesn't look like she's a slave or something like that. She's still dressed like one of them, but she seems a little more skittish, I guess, than the rest of them. There's one lone man hanging out by the fire, older but still quite jacked and wearing armor, also was not in the competition. There's also someone tucked in the corner. You can't quite see their face, hood up, very clearly trying to keep to themselves and clearly trying to make sure that they can see all the comings and goings. And finally, there is a very skittish kitchen hand who is running back and forth, bustling tables and just kind of...
Oh, I'm Filbert.
Oh, God. Just trying to keep to themselves and roll perception action.
Okay. 2. That's a 2. I have 2 eyes.
Everybody is rolling d20s, right?
No, wait. So 2. Wait,
remember when I rolled a nat
after
20 to see if the corpse was dead?
There's a 0 after that.
Yes, I'm rolling a 20.
I'm in a tavern.
Maybe. You see a skittish guy.
I'm nauseous.
So that is what the
dumbest group of convention.
I guess, okay, the
only thing we're good at is be like, yeah, he did.
The intelligence check fits. Alright. Are they... What's this group of large ruffians doing? They playing cards? They just hanging out? They drinking?
They're clearly talking in, like, whisper tones, with air quotes around whisper, where they're clearly trying to make it so other people don't hear, but they're not being quiet.
Well, I already failed my perception check, and I was going to ask, do they look well off? Because I'm just going to have some brews, because I don't think I know my crowd well enough to take advantage of them yet.
Okay, yeah, you order a drink and you enjoy it. What's everybody else up to? I know you went back with...
I went back with Babushka. I just spent the night chatting with her.
You went to the library, so that leaves us with Tor.
I'd see if I can get a message out. Let everybody know where I am.
Okay.
See if I can figure that out.
Just yell really loud.
You find the local mailman, as it were. You hand him over a well-scripted letter, and he promises to run it off to those that you wish to contact, and does so.
Excellent.
All right. Everybody ready to move on?
Moving on.
Surely.
All right. So you all head back to the room at various times and get a nice night sleep the next day. Knock on the door. Guards come in. Everybody's up and ready except for Kev, who tries to get 5 more minutes. They drag him along again. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say Kev. I should say Court.
Court.
And
Kev would do it too.
You get drugged back to the Great Hall. And once again, you're there before the councilman.
Hey! What's going on? Hey, you woke me up.
Yeah, bad.
Someone needs to lay off the caffeine.
Is it me?
No.
Oh, good.
So the councilman says, everybody did adequate at the competition yesterday. Marks have been made, as you could probably see, unless you're blind, or rolling ones. There's still a lot of restoration that needs to be done in that area. The entire northern fort has been destroyed, so the gate will need to be repaired. The guards are all dead, so new ones will need to be recruited, and clearly we need more defenses for the city. So these are your next 3 competitions. Restore the gate,
Boring.
recruit new guards, and come up with new defenses for the city. As you complete them, please check in with us, and you will be graded.
I would want to, I think, do anything within the city, whether it be the defenses or restoring the gate, just because it was the last sighting of the Wizard King.
Well, that's actually all by the gate, not by the city.
Oh, okay.
By the fort, I should say.
Actually,
I made a mistake when I said new defenses the city. It's actually new defenses for the fort.
Okay.
To defend against the Wizard King. So
we're not going
the
back
fort's
to
that wall that was knocked down?
Yes, that's where you guys fought the ogres, was the northern fort, about half a day's away. And basically you can either help rebuild the fort, mainly the gate, recruit new guards, which would probably be done in the city, but to go to the fort, or add new defenses to the fort. Now, once you accomplish one of these, you can then try to do another, but keep in mind, the longer you take on one, other adventurers may be completing the others. So that's where the task comes in. You guys have to decide what you think is most important, what you can do the best, and what's more of a race.
When you say adding new defenses, do you mean devising, like planning and actually
Planning and implementing, yes. So that's more of a RP fun for you guys. If you put it off, it'll probably get completed by other people. If you think that you guys can have a fun time designing something, there are things implemented into the game to help you with that, but for the most part, it's up to you guys.
That's trampolines.
Just for funsies.
Well, I think I know what Wrath would do.
All right.
Wrath would probably go out recruiting.
Okay. Court?
My talents are wasted on manual labor. I believe I will help devise new defenses for the city.
Tor?
Ugh.
All right.
I can't smash them. They're not as much fun. I guess I'll go for the cards.
I want to repair the fort.
All right, so you guys do have the option here to split up and do your own things. It is a competition amongst each other. You all don't get the same score as you do things. Or you can say, hey, we want to stick together, and at that point, I guess Recruits was the overall victor, but that's up to you guys.
I got my notebook out, and I'm making sketches right now of new defenses.
So this is OOC. Do you guys want to split up? We can do that. Some people can listen for a little bit. Out of character, sorry.
Oh, okay.
I'm okay with splitting. I mean, I think it makes sense in terms of what our characters would actually do. I mean, obviously we have the beginnings of a bond, but we're not really...
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, we still have our own objectives.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All right, then let's go ahead and have everybody roll 1d20. Whoever gets the highest will go first.
20. Now I get the...
Really?
Yeah, nice.
18.
8.
All right.
Why?
Board, if you guys could roll off.
Roll off. It's time for roll off.
20.
Well, every one of your 20s has been very well used.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I can't wait till the next battle. I'll die immediately. Ah, crap, I stabbed myself.
All right, so...
you're not much of a folk hero.
That's the folk part.
So you want to try to rebuild the fort and mostly the gate.
Yes,
so
and I want to see if, but also I want to observe if I can find any trace of the Wizard King or anybody that might know anything, see anything.
Now, there's two ways you can handle this.
Okay.
You can try to head towards the fort and do it by hand, with ever knowledge of architecture and blacksmithing you have. Or you could try to go about town and try to get people to help you.
How would I know if I can do architecture?
It would be called stoneworking, I believe, and I
don't think I have any of that. No, yeah. So I guess I'm going to have to do the finding people to help me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to put a pause there.
Mm-hmm.
Ben and Mike, that's pretty much what you guys are doing too.
Yep.
So we can hit all three of those in one shot
jointly.
rather than having three people walking in the same building at different times.
Yeah, we'll gauge what they're interested in, and
Here
if
we
they're
go. We'll team
builders,
up.
we'll send them that way.
All right, Kev, it's 3-on-1. You sure you don't want it? Whatever your name is. Wrath?
No, that's me.
Check the sheet. You wrote my name down.
Technically, you wrote your own name.
You wrote my... Yeah, you wrote...
Cart.
I'm talking about...
Cart.
Court.
Let's go.
Colt.
No, cart.
No, you wrote it down. In fact, I see my placement on your odds list too now.
The odds are not in your favor.
You can use this time to design because that's something you actually have to do and say, Kyle, this is what I want to try to implement. So you can either join them or you can spend your time doing that.
Where are they going?
They're all looking for people.
We're trying to get 2 quests done in one shot. The odds are better. Follow us.
We may be able to use
All
your
right, I'll
people
jot down
skills.
stuff. Maybe I'll get some ideas while I'm out.
All right. As you see before you, there's a map of the city, so feel free to approach where you want. And
Let's go to the slums.
Yeah, definitely.
There are no slums.
The poorhouse.
The poorhouse.
Okay,
Poorhouse.
That's fine. Okay.
Hey, you want to fight for food?
All right,
We're not making bum fights.
Oh, well, God's got to make some coins.
For brevity, I will say the poorhouse is just a ton of homeless people who were pushed out from the war. There's not really super amazing individuals standing out here. They are people,
But they may be eager.
Pardon?
They may be eager.
Yeah, they're willing to do work if they're paid or fed.
Right.
How else do we get guards if we can't pay them?
Yeah, will they be paid in fact?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was talking more towards...
We gave up on him.
You could try to convince these guys to be guards, but let's say they probably wouldn't be the best guards, and you have a feeling you're going to be rated on how good the guards you are get. Now, one thing I didn't mention during that before is everybody's just for the guard quest. You're required to get 1 guard each. That's it. Because if everybody in the competition does it, that's 100 guards.
I head to the tavern. See those burly guys again.
Okay. You go to the tavern, and you walk over to the group of burly men.
And I will just simply, rather than do a whole role-playing thing, because that's interesting for radio, I have a persuasion check.
Okay.
Yeah, I get +5 on that, so 15 + 5.
You walk over and you give them an amazingly good speech about doing it, and they seem very eager. But they explain to you they are a group of mercenaries, and they will do so for monies out of your pocket and a lot more than what the guards are paid for, because they're mercenaries.
I'm not actually authorized by the city to do that.
They
You would have to bring it
away from you. And
You would have to bring that up with the city council.
They're not going to do it unless you pay them out of pocket.
Would I be able to go along with him and after his amazing speech and they turning away perhaps attempt, which I'll probably roll a 1, to intimidate them into doing it for the standard coin?
Sure. You're doing it for the guards or for restoring the...
Well, I mean, the guards are needed at the fort too, right? So I would probably try and split the group for guards and restoration.
Okay. Roll.
20? Natural 20.
Oh my god.
You only rolled like 20? Alright, wasn't supposed to work like that, but you actually managed to convince the group of mercenaries to go help restore the fort, but you are going to have to pay them 12 gold. You can split amongst yourselves if you want. And they will all go help restore the fort, and then they will remain as guards for just the fee of being a guard. But you guys have to come up with 12 gold to pay them for restoring everything.
12 gold apiece?
No,
or just 12 gold overall? Okay.
No problem.
I'm assuming we're kind of all together at this point.
Yeah.
So I go up to them and I inform them that they will be paid half up front and half after they've served for a month.
Roll 20.
Wow. No, that's another 1.
They explain to you that the fee is actually for the rebuilding, not for being the guard.
So I am proficient in deception. Does that give me any sort of advantage or anything?
Not when you roll a 1.
Great.
I asked you to spit the acorns into my bag. Clearly no one
Stay out of my acorns.
So come up with 12 gold or move on. I mean, either way, they'll serve as guards for the guard payment. But if you wanted them to help out in rebuilding the gate, you're going to have to come up with 12 gold.
I mean, I have 12 gold, but I kind of moved to the richer section of town. And I will do a perception check to see if I find any easy marks.
It is 3 gold each if you split it, and you have it. I'm just putting it into perspective.
Well, that's what I was going to ask.
Pay the 12.
Yeah, we'll just pay for him.
Yeah.
As long as I have more opportunities to pickpocket people.
You can pickpocket someone right now if you want.
Just doing it for fun.
So, do you want to pickpocket someone?
Nah, we're
Okay.
good.
All right, then the guards agree. Take out gold however you guys want to split it amongst yourselves.
How much gold do we have? Just whatever we started with?
Yeah,
What we
just whatever
started
we start with.
I have 24 on me.
165. So that's why I don't really care about 12.
Oh, yeah. Some people start with
So wait,
that,
it's 12 for each of us?
Well,
Yeah,
it's up
12
to...
total.
12 total?
I just put the 12 down and I walk away. I don't have time for that.
Cool. Yeah, there it is. Right for you guys.
Good job, everybody.
I'm part of
but
that
me.
too.
Thank you, Tor.
I gave a florid speech, and
I go
he
talk
just
to the guy in
punched
the
his
back.
fist.
The whole time.
All right, you walk over to the guy in the back, and as you do, you hear a feminine voice ask you, "What do you want?" It's
taking
far more
odds.
feminine than I just sounded.
Well,
What do you
I'm
want?
taking odds
Odds are you should get out of here.
on the game.
I don't play games.
Ooh, feisty.
Sorry, I didn't come up with a voice for this character.
This is pure torture.
Oh, God. Good night.
I asked if she wants to be a guard. We need bodies.
She laughs hysterically and goes, "No, there's a lot more money coming my way than being a guard," and she kind of waves you off.
I'm not going to bother with it.
All right.
I mean,
you guys are set as far as guards go. You just got way more than you need.
Okay.
Okay,
So-
now I go to the poorhouse.
So no bonus points?
Like I said, everybody is being rated for.
Yeah.
I go to the
So
poorhouse
getting
because
extra
I've
will
devised a
give you-
defense.
Don't talk when I
I'm
talk.
sorry.
So you guys will be ranked higher for getting that, and I am keeping note of who did particularly well. Like, just for instance, going forward, rolling that 20, huge bonus. Paying for it for everybody, huge bonus. That's how these things are going to work, just so everybody knows.
Sure.
Cool.
So at that point, you have a bunch of people heading up to help rebuild the gate and to serve as guards, but they're helping to rebuild a gate. They're mercenaries. They don't know how. So you guys are either going to have to go up there and try to roll to lead them, or try to find someone in town who might be able to help you better. Maybe even find ways to do it yourself.
I have no talent in those areas.
Is the gate made of stone? I have stone working. I'm good with that.
The fort itself is stone, but obviously you're going to want metal in there because stone gate probably wouldn't work so well.
I think some of my skills from my past could transition over.
That's fine. You can certainly
So
try
I'll
to
go
roll
up
your
there
way
and I'll
through
try
it.
to roll.
All right.
I'll try to help.
You gotta get roll and roll. All right, so how this is going to work is first, I'm going to need a intelligence roll to see that you even know what this design is. I'm going to give you some advantage for being a dwarf and having that stone back knowledge. So go ahead and roll twice and take the higher one for intelligence.
Right.
Intelligence check.
Oh, 9.
You can reroll.
Crack die.
No, I'm taking it. That's a 20. that's a 20. I moved everything away. It's still 20.
It was a 20. I'll give it to you.
That's all we get. 20s and 1s around here.
So you actually built this exact gate before in your hometown.
Oh,
You're
model
like,
284. I haven't seen this in forever. This is so outdated.
Oh, man.
So the next roll is actual the stone cutting. But since you rolled a 20 there and built this before, I'm going to give you not only advantage but a bonus. So go ahead and roll.
19.
You don't know how to... You masterfully know how to do this. So at this point, you have everybody working. The fort is being restored. The front archway and everything is magnificently done. But you need to put the actual metal portcullis into the archway now. So go ahead and roll for...
I am a cooper. I got a little bit of metal working in on those barrels.
All right, roll advantage. I'll give it to you.
All right. 7.
Advantage. Roll again.
All right.
Yep.
1. There it is.
All right. You finish what is actually probably one of the best gates you have ever made in your life, but you realize it's to 1/40th the scale, so it's just not going to cut it. So you feel you are incapable of...
I go find the blacksmith.
All right, you head back to town and go to talk to the blacksmith.
I explain the design and what I need.
All right.
And ask him to go put it in.
All right,
He'll
he
be
stops, he
compensated.
thinks about it, traveling, all this stuff, thinks for a while, writes it down. 25 gold.
It's getting pricey. I'll just pay it to you.
All right. A little time passes, but you guys actually... Well, you...
I was going to say, he's riding back and forth. We're hanging out in the town, right?
Oh, yeah. You
Well, I
didn't
figured
know
I
what
would
you
have
to.
gone to the fort also to help sort of work and try and find
certainly.
any clues of the
Certainly.
Wizard King.
Okay, so I'm going to start with the gate. He shows up with the gate, and there actually at this point is supposed to be another role for manual labor, but because you hired the mercenaries to help, this is just a freebie pass. So the archway and fort is complete, and not only did you guys beat it, with most props going to Mike on this one, nobody else can. So the other competitors cannot participate in this competition now. So not only did you get a good score, you prevented other people from getting a good score.
I get the feeling that we just got brought to a shitty town and like, no, we do this every couple of years. Big competition.
That's my quest for you.
They admitted that way up front. That's what it's about.
Fix my fence.
I'm also glad that...
No, whitewashing the fence
Next
is
Tom
fun.
Sawyer. Yeah.
There's actually some stuff in the gutters. So we'll jump over to Blag.
Yeah.
So if you want to roll for perception, we'll see what you can find around there.
Okay. Natural 20.
Oh my god.
Mike, inspect the dice, please. Roll that 3 times. I want to see if 3 times
It's
come
not
up.
gonna matter. 2. 11. Getting closer. 18. No,
Wow, all right.
checks out.
All right. Well, let's...
Sorry.
no, I was just messing with you.
I don't know what's happening.
It's magic.
Why can't I do this when fighting?
As you were working on the archway, it's not hard to notice that there's, in the distance, but out of the territory of the Lichstone lands, you can see more of the Wizard King's army just outside the lands waiting to move in, and you see the banners they are holding. And in the way distance, you can see a tower, and that tower has the same damn banners on it. Now, you can't say for certain, but there's a pretty good chance that's the Wizard King's tower, and Wizard King's tower, and that's probably where he is.
Okay.
So, good find.
Cool. Thank you.
All right, back in town.
While they're doing all of this, Wrath would like to see if he can kind of figure out where Durand is and kind of tail him. See what he's doing.
That's beautiful. I like that a lot. All right, go ahead and roll for tracking or perception, whatever you like.
Do you have a tail?
Maybe I can actually roll
He does have a
something.
tail.
Do I get a bonus on this?
Again, tracking or perception.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. Well, I'm good at tracking, but I don't see that listed as a skill.
You're just good at it?
Yeah, I'm a ranger.
Just good at it.
Oh.
That's using our class as a reason for things.
That's
Let's
just-
be gone.
I guess
It's
throw
assumed.
throw your wisdom score in there.
No, let's not do that. That's a negative. Okay, so we're going with a 7. My
You're not as good at
favorite
tracking as
number,
you think.
7.
All right. You can't even begin to find them.
I'm a bad ranger.
I'm a bad
Oh, bad Widow Ranger.
I appreciate that you made a bad rating.
I guess I just wander around town a lot.
All right, but you're looking.
If the opportunity to recruit more people comes up, I'll take advantage of it.
Yeah, I mean, is there somewhere you want to go and try, or?
I'm assuming people at the training fields are probably already employed.
Yeah, they're already guards.
Yeah. No, I'm bad at this. I'm just going to wander around.
All right,
I think that makes most sense.
Anything you would like to do?
Oh, yes, I've been going over notes for new defenses and things like that, and I've come up with several ideas.
Okay.
1, paint a fake entrance on part of the wall. See if they run into it. 2, how many resources do we have? But we could basically build a whole fake town on the other side and convince them that they're already in the town.
Right.
I don't know, like a Blazing Saddle. Or are elephants indigenous to this area?
They can be. I will allow this.
Okay. Or just have a bunch of elephants right up front, That's it. That's all. That's as far as I've gotten so far. But basically, I just wrote down elephants and circled it really, and have arrows pointing to it. It seems like a good idea.
All right. Well, when you come up with a good one, I'll let you know.
Gotcha.
I appreciate the ideas, but no, none of them will.
Perhaps we
work
could
in
paint
this
a fake town on an elephant and have it ride off.
It's a good idea. It's
He's getting away.
The town is running.
Quick, run after it.
All right. So essentially, you guys have completed the gate and the recruitment of the guards, which was fantastic. However, by the time you guys even begin to start the idea of designing the fort, you guys notice the entire time you're working, people are already building and implementing all these defenses, and by the time it's done, it's pretty much complete. You guys missed your shot on that one. So you did complete 2 of 3, and of one of them, you stopped anybody else from doing it, but you got stopped yourselves.
You guys use the elephants, huh?
It's kind of his idea.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
So you guys head back, and you get accolades from the councilman, but
where was
go ahead.
Where was Babushka and the other lady through all of this?
They were actually off doing their own thing.
Oh, okay.
They didn't stick with the group. They're not going to all the time. There'll be moments where they do, moments where they do.
Is it Kaylin or Kaylee or
Kaylee? I did say Caitlin one time. It's Kaylee.
Okay.
Okay.
That's the end of the Trials of Defense.
With the trials of defense completed, our heroes are ready to move on. What task awaits them next? And what am I going to do with all these elephants? I really don't know why they didn't use them. It was a perfect idea. I must have rolled a 20 on my intelligence check.